The 805 Focus is brought to you in part by Nonprofit Connect. Nonprofit Connect provides superior leadership tools and resources so nonprofit leaders and board members can make valuable decisions to move their organization forward to a sustainable and vibrant future. More information on services online at nonprofitconnect.org.
Welcome everyone to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we're going to be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits, so get ready to be inspired. So you will notice that today my guests and I are appropriately 6 feet apart, and we are here in the Hype Cat studio. And my guest today, my very special guest today, is Catherine Cherkas. And Catherine is the program manager at Friendship Center. Welcome, Catherine.
Hi, Cinder. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so glad you're here.
Yep.
And so, I've known Friendship Center for such a long time, and the important work that you do there. Mm-hmm. I wonder, and now, of course, things have changed because of the coronavirus and all that. Mm-hmm. But I wonder, for people who aren't familiar with Friendship Center's work, could you give us a little snapshot of what things were like in terms of your services before the coronavirus?
Yes.
And then we'll
Jump
go
to
over and
what's
say,
now.
fine, how are they now?
So for about 44 years, up until March of 2020, Friendship Center has operated as an adult day center. Mm-hmm. It's not a residential facility. Nobody lives there. But adults would come to our center Monday through Friday from about 9 to 5, so kind of like a school schedule or business schedule. And the adults that would come to our center, some of them, majority of them do have a dementia diagnosis. That could be Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease, Lewy body, or a mild cognitive impairment. We also have adults that have come in with developmental disabilities, a physical impairment, and then some adults, and a lot of them, that come in just because they're isolated. And the health conditions that come along with that, psychological and physical, as I'm sure you know, can be extremely detrimental. So either their loved ones will bring them in, or they'll bring themselves in. We have some people that would drive themselves to the center every single day.
Wow.
And we have given them a place to form a new community at this chapter of their life. We have a very engaging, innovative program, music, arts, brain fitness. We have pet therapy beyond. I say beyond because we've always had dogs. Now we have bunnies, guinea pigs, chinchillas, tortoises. We have a whole element of any way we can engage our members. When I took the job at Friendship Center about 3 years ago, my director, who you know very well, Heidi Hawley, said, we'll give you the support, we'll give you whatever you need, just make them happy. So that's what we do. We bring people in and we make them happy. If someone wants to sit and talk about 1942 Ford car collection the entire day, we will get someone to do that with them. If it's not one of the staff, which a bunch of us young girls don't always know that sort of stuff, but we do get volunteers in. We have a whole community, an incredible board of directors that support our members. So that's what we've done up until March of 2020 for 44 years. And I should say, in addition to supporting our seniors that attend the center, it's equally as wonderful for caregivers, and the caregivers are spouses, adult children, adult grandchildren, friends, family members that are supporting their aging loved one.
So they get respite from the caretaking while the person is there.
Yes.
But don't you also have classes for the caretakers to help them?
We do. We have support groups that we do with the Alzheimer's Association, Coastal Caregiver Resource Center through Cottage Hospital, and we offered one through our center as well with Marisa Pischini. And the members got really close and formed friendships. But I think one of the unique benefits of bringing a loved one to Friendship Center is you have an extra set of, 20 extra sets of eyes of people on your loved one, and can communicate any differences they see.
Oh,
you know, we
interesting.
noticed he's walking a little differently today, or seems a little bit weaker. You know, how's his hydration lately? You know, little things like that. We're not medical professionals. We don't make referrals in that sense, but we're part of the team, and we become family. So the support for caregivers that the staff gives, just checking in every day. Hey, how are you? You know, before we would hug. We're a very physical place. Everyone gets a hug when they come in and leave. I don't know how that will go going forward, but that's the support we give to caregivers. The support group options, which also are educational and therapeutic, and then just the interface of someone to vent to.
Yeah. So now, here we are in the middle of the coronavirus challenge. And you folks, I've just been amazed. You haven't missed a beat. You've found all kinds of creative ways to continue to deliver your services. So tell us about that.
Yes, I'm very, very proud about this, because if I were to talk about this in March, this probably wouldn't be as celebrated a conversation because it sounded unlikely. But we have pretty successfully moved our program virtual. So we closed on March 13th was our last day of operation. March 16th was the first week we went without offering our program, which was a huge hit to both the care receivers and the caregivers who had lives they had to carry on with if they were still going to work at that point or working from home, and now had to be, again, all day caregivers supervising their loved ones. But the week of March 30th, we actually started offering Zoom classes, just as you would go on for people who do go to fitness classes, and they started taking them online. I thought, oh, might as well. You know, I did a Pilates class online, bought a subscription and was doing that. So I thought, oh, let's try this with our members. But navigating Zoom, as you might have seen in the Zoom call I had today, is very challenging. And so proposing this move to have our, average 83-year-old population, the group of our seniors, get them on Zoom didn't seem too likely, but we've done extensive training with all of our families who want it, and through a partnership with Computers for Families, we've gotten computers in the homes of people who didn't even have phones.
That's great.
Yes. And now, the numbers just in the last week, we're averaging about 170 person time hours every single week. So that means people coming to each activity. I think the unique individuals, we've had about 45 so far. We've had a very extensive growing program since then. So March 30th, we started with maybe 2 classes a day, hour long, and now we're offering 10 classes a day, half an hour. Everything from morning news to music history. This morning was dancer appreciation, and we were reading about all the famous dancers throughout the world and history. We do armchair travels, we do music, we do trivia, brain games, we even do pet therapy where I just show pictures of my new puppy. We have all different activities, but it's just engaging.
Yeah.
And at first there were a few people that would come, get a little snoozy during the class, because Zooms can be boring.
Yeah.
But they have completely surprised us, our members, and gotten really used to being on Zoom with us all day. We have people that are tuned in from 9 until 4 all day. They have their meals sitting with us, and we leave the computer open while we switch off staff. And you can hear them. They're talking they're checking in with one another. And while most of these adults are living with a form of dementia, also several with hearing loss and vision loss, it's some sense is being engaged by them, or with them doing this. They'll see maybe a background. We're operating our Zoom classes from the Friendship Center, so people can see the site that's familiar to them. Hear a familiar voice of a staff member, and some familiar voices of friends they might have known at Friendship Center, but they've just gotten into the routine. So that's one aspect, our virtual activities, which have been very fun. I'm actually having my birthday party on a Zoom activity with our members next week.
Oh, that's pretty. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you very much. We also, alongside that, we do tele check-ins. So just, call to see how everyone's doing, caregivers and care receivers. And especially for people who don't have computers, we're doing activities with them over the phone. So we'll do sing-alongs with people, we'll do trivia, we'll do, a news briefing, always happy news. We read the happy news. But however we can connect with someone, we write letters to any member. So basically, unless you've told us, we don't need to hear from you right now. You hear from us 4 times a week. There's no stone unturned. We are making sure no one falls through the cracks here. So we have all these different avenues. The Zoom classes, tele-check-ins, we write letters. We do monthly Take Care Totes with our wonderful...
Oh yeah, why didn't you tell me about that?
Yeah, the Take Care Totes.
I saw a picture
That
of that.
is really great. It's starting to happen all over the country. I'm so happy. We did the first one. I think we got it going within 3 weeks of our closure. And we had wonderful partners at the Food Bank, Easy Lift, and the Bucket Brigade, who has been our constant partner in getting all of the Take Care Totes out. So with donations from our wonderful community, we've put together these little packages called Take Care Totes. We initially were putting a lot of food items in, but people said, a 5-pound bag of rice will last me a while. You can hold on. But we just put in, different themed items, activities. We have little exercise bands. We have kind of fidget toys. We'll put a bunch of snacks in there, easy snacks or packets of soup or something that you could make, tea, coffee, beverage flavorings to get people to be drinking more water. But the best thing that we put in is all the staff put together about 100 pages worth of activities.
Oh.
So there can be coloring pages, word searches, trivia, fill in the blanks, but they're all hilarious. That is the one thing, is they have to be funny.
Oh.
Because if the caregiver or the care receiver doesn't want to do it, it has to make the caregiver laugh.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just how we are at Friendship Center. We really just operate on just keeping things light, making people laugh. We know there's a lot of tough things going on, and that's what we're here for. If you want to talk to us about that, but we're not going to, put it out there. We're going to send funny stuff, things to make you happy. And so we do those every month. We just sent out our Fiesta Care Totes, Take Care Totes.
Yes.
So the whole community really comes together and giving us all different items. We had our neighbor, the Rosewood Miramar, that gave us lunches and provided all lunches for the volunteers. As you can imagine, it was the best roast beef sandwich I've had in my life.
Yes, I bet.
And so we put that together with the Bucket Brigade volunteers, and then the Bucket Brigade is in charge of setting up all the routes for all their drivers. So they have about, it's changed every single time, the volunteers that come by. And it's always like, families that want to help out and learn more, and they heard there were isolated seniors that they want to help. So
those guys actually take
they take them, they'll knock on the door and kind of step back and wait and see them open the door and, thank you. And, it's really, really, really nice. And the stories that they tell us coming back and forth, people cry. They might have signed up for it 4 months ago and didn't expect it to keep coming. Because we are expanding the Take Care Totes beyond just our Friendship Center community. It's kind of word of mouth. We have a neighbor who might need a little extra support. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. So we've been expanding it to any seniors. We have started delivering some to seniors that attend Jody House or any adults that are isolated.
Good.
It's, community donations, and we have
really
enough
great.
activity packs for the county. So, yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple minutes left. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience?
Yes, there is one thing that our last way of connecting with our seniors right now, and that is our drive-in activity hours. So I had gone to the West Wind Drive-In a couple weeks ago and had a great time. The next day I was thinking, that worked. I stayed in my car the whole time. I got to be out. So we had our first drive-in on June 17th, I believe. We had our caregivers bring the members. They all stayed in their car. We parked them every other space in our large parking lot. And we had about 14 or 15 cars with about 3 people in them from one family at a time.
Okay.
And it was one of the most fun days of my career, of my life. It was so fun. And these people were getting out of the house for the first time. We had live music.
Oh.
Yeah, we were on the microphone. All the staff was walking around with microphones, masked and distanced from one another. But we did an exercise. Then we had the live musicians perform, and everyone was dancing. Every car was shaking. Everyone's like dancing and bouncing.
Oh my gosh.
And we ended with trivia. And our next one, which is going to be even better, because I didn't know if anyone was going to come to the first one. I had to ask some family members to come to fill spaces because I was nervous, but I had to boot them out. But our next one is August 27th. It's our drive-in luau hour. So
that sounds like
I look
fun.
forward to telling the community about it after, and that's something. It's a fun story to hear that we're finding a way to get people out and seeing each other, distance, safe, stay in their car, but laughing, having fun. So,
oh my gosh,
It's a good place.
Catherine, I'm so glad that you came on the show today. Thank you so much, and thank you for the important work that you're doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you all for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.